For over 5,000 years, humanity has cherished a secret whispered by silkworms. In the delicate dance between moth and mulberry, cocoon and loom, lies one of our most enduring partnerships with nature. This is the story of sericulture, the ancient art of silk production that has shaped empires, sparked revolutions, and continues to weave its magic across the modern world. Legend tells us that in 2696 BCE, Empress Xiling Shu sat beneath a mulberry tree in her palace garden, sipping tea. When a cocoon fell into her cup, the hot water began to unravel its silken threads. In that moment, she discovered what would become China's most precious secret. While the legend of the Empress may be mythology, archaeological evidence confirms that sericulture began in China over 5,000 years ago. The Yangshao culture sites have yielded silk fragments that predate any other civilization's silk production by millennia. What began as an accident would evolve into an industry so valuable that revealing its secrets was punishable by death. For over 3,000 years, China maintained its monopoly on silk production, creating what we now know as the Silk Road, not just a trade route, but a bridge between civilizations. To understand sericulture, we must first understand its star performer, Bombyx mori, the domesticated silkworm. Over thousands of years of selective breeding, these creatures have become entirely dependent on humans for survival, losing their ability to fly and existing solely to produce silk. The silkworm's life cycle is precisely tuned for silk production. From egg to moth takes exactly 45 days under optimal conditions. The larva molts 4 times, growing exponentially. But the magic happens in the final stage when the caterpillar spins its cocoon. The silk fiber emerging from the silkworm's spinneret is liquid protein that hardens upon contact with air. A single cocoon contains between 600 to 900 meters of continuous silk filament, finer than human hair yet stronger than steel by weight. What makes silk truly remarkable is its protein structure. Fibroin, the main protein, forms beta sheet crystals held together by hydrogen bonds. This gives silk its unique combination of strength, elasticity, and lustrous appearance. Behind every silk thread lies another crucial partnership between silkworms and mulberry trees. The relationship is so specific that Bombyx mori caterpillars will starve rather than eat leaves from any other plant. The mulberry tree is the foundation of sericulture. The quality of silk depends entirely on the quality of the leaves. The leaves are usually harvested at dawn when the moisture content is perfect. Temperature, humidity, soil composition, everything matters. Modern mulberry cultivation has become a science. Farmers employ techniques passed down through generations while incorporating new agricultural technologies. The trees are carefully pruned to encourage leaf production, and different varieties are chosen for their specific nutritional profiles. While China pioneered sericulture, the craft spread across Asia, each region developing its own traditions and techniques. India became the second largest silk producer, with methods dating back over 4,000 years. Traditional sericulture requires constant attention. The silkworms must be fed fresh leaves every 2 hours during their active periods. Temperature and humidity must be carefully controlled. A single mistake can destroy an entire crop. When the worms begin to lift their heads and search for a place to spin, we know it's time. We provide them with bamboo frames or cardboard slots. Within 3 days, they complete their cocoons. This is when our real work begins. The transformation from cocoon to silk thread is where ancient art meets modern technology. The process, called reeling, requires perfect timing and delicate handling. The cocoons must be harvested at exactly the right moment, after the pupae have formed but before the moth emerges. Once the moth breaks through, the continuous filament is broken and the cocoon becomes less valuable. The cocoons are first subjected to hot water or steam to soften the sericin, the gummy protein that binds the silk fibers together. Then begins the delicate process of finding the end of the filament. One cocoon alone is too fine for most uses. Filaments from 4 to 8 cocoons are combined to create a single thread. This requires great skill, The threads must be joined without breaking, maintaining consistent thickness throughout. Modern reeling machines can process thousands of cocoons simultaneously, but the finest silk still requires human expertise. The quality depends on factors invisible to machines: the subtle variations in tension, the feel of the thread, the sound of the wheel. The hunger for silk in the West created one of history's most important trade networks. The Silk Road stretched 4,000 miles from China to the Mediterranean, connecting East and West in an exchange that transformed both civilizations. Silk was literally worth its weight in gold in ancient Rome. The Romans called the Chinese the Ceres, the silk people, but they had no idea how silk was produced. They thought it came from trees or was combed from the fleece of special sheep. The Chinese carefully guarded their monopoly. Smuggling silkworm eggs or mulberry seeds out of China was punishable by death. But secrets have a way of spreading, and by the 6th century CE, the impossible had happened. The story goes that two Byzantine monks, around 550 CE, smuggled silkworm eggs out of China hidden in their walking sticks. Whether that's true or not, we know that sericulture had reached Constantinople by the 6th century, breaking China's monopoly forever. From Byzantium, sericulture spread throughout Europe. Italy became an early center, followed by France, which would eventually become synonymous with luxury silk production. Lyon became the silk capital of Europe in the 16th century. The weavers developed techniques that produced silk of unmatched quality and beauty. The jacquard loom, invented here in 1804, revolutionized silk weaving and laid the groundwork for modern computing. The jacquard loom used punched cards to control the weaving pattern, allowing for complex designs that would have been impossible to create by hand. This innovation made Lyon silk the most sought after in the world. At the peak in the 19th century, Lyon employed over 100,000 people in the silk industry. Entire neighborhoods were devoted to silk production. The sound of looms was the heartbeat of the city. The Industrial Revolution brought profound changes to sericulture. Steam power replaced human labor, and factories could produce silk in quantities previously unimaginable. But this progress came at a cost. The mechanization of silk production was both blessing and curse. It made silk more affordable and accessible, but it also displaced thousands of skilled artisans. The Luddite movement actually began partly as a response to the mechanization of textile production, including silk. The 19th century also saw the rise of Japan as a major silk producer. The Meiji Restoration of 1868 opened Japan to international trade, and Japanese silk, known for its exceptional quality, quickly found markets in Europe and America. Japan's silk industry grew from traditional craftsmanship to industrial scale in just a few decades. We combined Western technology with Japanese attention to detail and quality. By 1900, Japan was the world's largest silk exporter. Today's sericulture operates at the intersection of ancient wisdom and cutting-edge science. Researchers are unlocking the secrets of silk at the molecular level, discovering applications that would have amazed the ancient Chinese. Modern silk research has revealed applications far beyond textiles. Silk's biocompatibility makes it ideal for medical implants. Its strength and flexibility inspire new materials for everything from bulletproof vests to biodegradable fishing lines. What's exciting is that we're just beginning to understand silk's potential. We're developing silk-based electronics, optical fibers, even artificial tendons and ligaments. The silkworm's ancient gift keeps giving us new possibilities. Today, global silk production exceeds 200,000 tons annually. China remains the dominant producer, accounting for about 70% of world output, but the industry has become truly global. The modern silk industry faces new challenges: synthetic alternatives, environmental concerns, and changing consumer preferences. But it also enjoys new opportunities in luxury markets and high-tech applications. As environmental consciousness grows, sericulture is being recognized as one of the most sustainable forms of agriculture. Silkworms convert mulberry leaves into protein with remarkable efficiency, and the process generates minimal waste. Sericulture is essentially a closed-loop system. The silkworms eat mulberry leaves, produce silk, and their waste becomes fertilizer for the mulberry trees. Even the pupae can be harvested as protein-rich food. It's a model of sustainable production. Organic silk production is growing rapidly. Farmers avoid synthetic pesticides and fertilizers, relying instead on natural methods of pest control and soil management. The result is silk that's not only environmentally friendly but often superior in quality. The future of sericulture lies in this sustainable approach. As consumers become more environmentally conscious, demand for organic silk continues to grow. It's proof that ancient wisdom and modern environmental science can work hand in hand. While technology advances, many communities maintain traditional sericulture practices as living cultural heritage. These artisans preserve techniques that have remained unchanged for centuries. Traditional silk often involves natural dyeing techniques using plants, minerals, and insects. These methods produce colors that synthetic dyes cannot replicate, subtle variations that give each piece its unique character. The modern world moves very fast, but silk teaches us patience. You cannot rush the silkworm, you cannot rush the dyeing, you cannot rush the weaving. Each step must be done with care and respect. As we look to the future, sericulture continues to evolve. Scientists are developing new applications that could revolutionize industries from healthcare to electronics to space exploration. Space agencies are interested in silk's potential for use in spacecraft. Its radiation resistance and ability to maintain properties in extreme temperatures make it ideal for space applications. The most exciting development is biofabricated silk. We're teaching other organisms to produce silk proteins, creating new possibilities for large-scale production. We might see silk produced by algae, bacteria, or even 3D bioprinters. Despite technological advances, there's a growing recognition that traditional sericulture skills must be preserved. Master craftspeople are working to pass their knowledge to new generations. Machines can produce silk, but they cannot create art. The feel of the thread, the tension in the loom, the way light plays across the fabric, these require human sensitivity that cannot be programmed. Educational programs worldwide are teaching traditional sericulture to young people. These initiatives ensure that ancient knowledge won't be lost to modernization. Each generation adds something new while preserving the old. This is how traditions survive, not by staying exactly the same, but by adapting while maintaining their essential spirit. The global silk trade today is a complex network connecting farmers, manufacturers, designers, and consumers across continents. From the smallest village producer to the largest industrial manufacturer, sericulture supports millions of livelihoods. The silk industry is unique in its combination of rural agriculture and luxury markets. A farmer in rural China or India can produce silk that ends up in high-fashion boutiques in Paris or New York. It's a truly global value chain. Modern silk markets are driven by diverse demands, from traditional textiles to high-tech applications, from luxury fashion to medical devices. This diversity provides stability and growth opportunities for the industry. Climate change poses new challenges for traditional sericulture. Rising temperatures, changing precipitation patterns, and extreme weather events threaten established silk-producing regions. Technology offers solutions. Precision agriculture, controlled environment farming, and genetic research help producers adapt to changing conditions while maintaining quality. The same qualities that have made silk valuable for millennia, its natural properties, its sustainability, its beauty, make it well-positioned for the future. We just need to help the industry adapt to new realities. In our modern world, silk continues to symbolize luxury and elegance. But it's also found new roles in unexpected places, from surgical sutures to smartphone screens. Silk has properties that no synthetic material can truly replicate. It breathes with your body, it drapes beautifully, it has a luster that changes with the light. For a designer, silk is not just a material, it's a medium for artistic expression. Modern silk processing has expanded the material's possibilities. Treatments can make silk waterproof, flame-resistant, or antibacterial while maintaining its natural beauty and comfort. We're developing smart silks that can monitor body temperature, detect chemicals, or even generate small amounts of electricity. The future of silk lies in combining its natural properties with modern technology. Beyond its practical applications, silk remains a canvas for artistic expression. Silk painting, calligraphy, and embroidery traditions continue to flourish, connecting modern artists with ancient techniques. Silk painting is meditation. The brush must flow like water, the ink must sing like music. Each stroke is permanent, there is no erasing, no correcting. This teaches patience and precision. These artistic traditions are being preserved and transmitted through master-apprentice relationships that span generations. Each master adds their own innovations while maintaining the essential techniques. Throughout history, women have played crucial roles in sericulture, from the legendary Empress Shi Lingxi to modern entrepreneurs and scientists. Today, women-led cooperatives are transforming rural silk production. Women's involvement in sericulture often extends beyond production to innovation and leadership. Female scientists, entrepreneurs, and designers are shaping the future of the industry. The future of silk is being written by women around the world. Women are bringing new perspectives, new technologies, and new markets. The ancient craft is being renewed by feminine creativity and innovation. One of the most promising frontiers for silk is medical applications. Silk's unique properties, biocompatibility, biodegradability, and strength make it ideal for various medical uses. Silk fibroin can be processed into films, hydrogels, scaffolds, and fibers for medical applications. We're using it for wound dressings, surgical sutures, artificial tendons, and even as a carrier for drug delivery systems. Clinical trials are underway for silk-based implants that could replace damaged tissues. Unlike synthetic materials, silk implants are gradually absorbed by the body as natural tissue regenerates. What's remarkable is that we're using a material that has been with humanity for millennia to solve modern medical challenges. The silkworm's gift keeps revealing new possibilities. Education plays a crucial role in preserving and advancing sericulture. Schools worldwide use silkworm life cycles to teach biology, while universities conduct advanced research into silk properties and applications. When children watch silkworms transform from tiny caterpillars to moths, they witness one of nature's most amazing processes. It teaches them about life cycles, metamorphosis, and the connection between humans and nature. Educational programs also help preserve traditional knowledge. Universities partner with master craftspeople to document techniques that might otherwise be lost. The global sericulture community is united by shared challenges and opportunities. International conferences bring together researchers, producers, and policymakers to advance the industry. Sericulture connects people across cultures and continents. A researcher in Brazil might collaborate with a farmer in Bangladesh, or a designer in France might work with a weaver in Thailand. These connections strengthen the entire industry. Knowledge sharing is crucial for addressing challenges like climate change, market fluctuations, and technological advancement. The global community works together to ensure sericulture's continued success. The beauty of sericulture is that it's both ancient and modern, both local and global. Each region contributes its unique knowledge and perspective to the collective understanding. Modern sericulture increasingly emphasizes environmental harmony. Integrated farming systems combine silk production with other agricultural activities, maximizing land use while minimizing environmental impact. These systems demonstrate that sericulture can be part of sustainable agriculture that benefits both farmers and the environment. Biodiversity is preserved, soil health is maintained, and communities prosper. Sericulture offers a model for sustainable agriculture that other industries can learn from. It demonstrates how traditional knowledge and modern science can work together to create systems that are both productive and environmentally responsible. A new generation of silk entrepreneurs is emerging, combining traditional knowledge with modern business practices and technology. These young innovators are reshaping the industry for the 21st century. Young entrepreneurs are also developing new markets for silk, from eco-friendly packaging to high-performance athletic wear. Their innovations are creating opportunities for traditional producers while meeting modern consumer demands. Silk continues to serve as a bridge between cultures. International exhibitions, cultural exchanges, and diplomatic gifts often feature silk, celebrating its universal appeal and cultural significance. Silk represents the best of cultural exchange. When we share our silk heritage with the world, we're not just displaying beautiful objects, we're sharing values of patience, craftsmanship, and respect for nature that transcend national boundaries. The UNESCO recognition of traditional silk production techniques as intangible cultural heritage has helped preserve these practices while promoting international appreciation and understanding. Silk heritage belongs to all humanity. Whether it's Chinese silk painting, Indian silk weaving, or French silk manufacturing, these traditions represent the pinnacle of human creativity and skill. Preserving them is a global responsibility. Throughout history, silk has been more than a material, it has been a philosophy. The patience required for sericulture, the respect for natural processes, the pursuit of perfection in craftsmanship, these values permeate cultures touched by silk. Many cultures have incorporated silk into their spiritual and philosophical traditions. From Buddhist monks' robes to Christian liturgical garments, silk has been chosen to represent sacred values and transcendent beauty. For many rural communities, sericulture provides essential income and economic stability. Development programs increasingly recognize silk production as a pathway out of poverty that preserves cultural heritage while creating economic opportunities. Microfinance and fair trade initiatives have helped small silk producers access global markets. These programs ensure that the economic benefits of silk production reach the people who do the work. Sericulture is unique among agricultural activities because it creates value at every stage, from mulberry cultivation to silk weaving. This multiplier effect makes it particularly effective for rural development. The frontiers of silk research continue to expand. Nanotechnology applications, biomimetic materials, and even space-age applications are being explored as scientists unlock new potentials in this ancient material. Researchers are also exploring silk's potential in electronics, using its natural properties to create biodegradable circuits and optical devices. These applications could revolutionize sustainable technology. The amazing thing about silk is that nature has already solved many of the engineering challenges we're trying to address. We're not inventing new properties, we're learning to harness properties that have existed for millions of years. As the silk industry globalizes, quality standards become increasingly important. International organizations work to establish consistent grading systems and quality certifications that protect both producers and consumers. Quality standards ensure that silk labeled as Grade A in China meets the same criteria as silk graded similarly in Brazil or Italy. This consistency is essential for international trade and consumer confidence. Modern testing methods can analyze silk at the molecular level, detecting variations invisible to the human eye. These technologies help maintain quality while preserving the artisanal character of fine silk. As we conclude our journey through the world of sericulture, we return to where it all began, with the simple relationship between silkworm and mulberry tree. This partnership, refined over millennia, continues to evolve and adapt. The thread that connects ancient Chinese empress to modern nanotechnologist, traditional village weaver to high-tech entrepreneur, is more than silk, it's the continuity of human creativity and our endless capacity for innovation. The story of sericulture is far from over. As we face new challenges, climate change, sustainability, technological disruption, the ancient wisdom of the silkworm offers guidance. In a world that often moves too fast, silk reminds us of the value of patience, the importance of quality, and the power of transformation. From the moment a silkworm begins to spin its cocoon, weaving liquid protein into solid thread, magic happens. That magic, the transformation of simple materials into something beautiful and useful, is at the heart of human creativity. The future of silk will be written by those who understand both its ancient wisdom and its modern possibilities. In laboratories and villages, in fashion studios and medical centers, in classrooms and research facilities around the world, the next chapter of this 5,000-year-old story is being written. In the end, sericulture is about more than silk. It's about the partnership between human creativity and natural processes, the value of patience in an impatient world, and the endless possibilities that emerge when we work with nature rather than against it. The silkworm's gift to humanity continues to unfold, thread by thread, generation by generation. And in that continuity lies perhaps the greatest lesson of all, that true value comes not from what we can take from nature, but from what we can create together. Today, millions of people around the world make their living from sericulture. From the smallest village cooperative to the largest industrial manufacturer, from traditional artisans to cutting-edge researchers, the silk community continues to grow and evolve. The challenges are real: climate change, market competition, technological disruption. But so are the opportunities. New applications, new markets, new ways of thinking about this ancient material. As we look to the future, one thing is certain: the story of sericulture will continue. New chapters will be written by people who understand that the greatest innovations often come from the deepest respect for tradition. The thread that began with a legendary empress and a fallen cocoon continues to connect us to nature, to each other, and to the endless possibilities of human creativity.
Thanks for watching.